What's good guys, welcome to another video, and as you can see from the title of this video, today we're going to talk about why you need to desexualize your mind and why it's so powerful for every single man to do this. I'm also gonna tell you exactly how to do this so you actually start to feel empowered within yourself, and please listen carefully because I can promise you after this video you understand why you need to desexualize your mind and you will start to feel and understand the power within yourself so you're able to literally do anything you want and you feel empowered to go after the goals and you are able to express yourself authentically in a way you've never been able to do before. And I will absolutely promise you that there is an energy within yourself, a strength, an empowerment, a masculine energy that is so freaking powerful that if you could just grasp a little bit of this, you see, through desexualizing your mind, through overcoming your lust and being in control of your own desires, being able to redirect your masculine energy into anything you want without being distracted. That's a power few men possess, but I can absolutely tell you it's possible. And one of the biggest things I observe myself that is in a way is an over-sexualized mind, you see, because what is going to happen when you overly sexualize, when you're in the mercy of your lust and your own desires and you put all those sexual images on a pedestal and you're just looking at it like eye candy constantly, what you're doing is you're just being distracted. You're in the mercy of these nice, pretty superficial things, but this will keep you spiritually numb. It's hard to create a connection to God, and it's overall just pretty much impossible to feel empowered and go after something you truly want, because as a man, it feels so fulfilling to set a goal and do the freaking thing to get to this goal. What it takes to get to this goal is empowerment. So first of all, we need to understand the dangers of an overly sexualized mind. What it means to have an overly sexualized mind is that you are in the mercy of your own lust. You just can't help it but continuously focus on the next sexual image. You can't help it but keep scrolling through all those Instagram booty models you see on Instagram. You can't help it but open the dirty websites. And a lot of men aren't even aware that this is a bad thing, right? They just think, well, it's nice to look at, right? But what many men don't see is that this robs your spiritual energy, your focus, and your ability to get things done. What you're doing, if you put these things on a pedestal, you're not going to feel empowered. You're not going to feel your own strength within yourself when you really envision the best version of yourself. You see, and this is crucially important because we need to have something to aim for. We need a northern star. Does this person do that? I always love to ask that to someone because 10 out of 10 times it will be a no. So the danger of having an overly sexualized mind is that you are in the mercy of your own desires and your own lust. You see, you don't have control over your own emotions. Your mind is constantly giving you this lustful feeling and you just have this never-ending sexual urge you cannot satisfy. You are constantly being drawn into these sexual images that you see absolutely everywhere, and it's pretty much or seems impossible to not be exposed to that. When you see something like that, you're hooked in. When you open your Instagram, the first thing you see is these Instagram booty models and you can't help but look at it. But please understand the danger of this is what is going to happen is that first of all, this is going to rob you from your intention. And what I mean with that is that it will rob you from any type of clarity you need to have in order to transform, in order to make progress, in order to feel your own empowerment and masculine energy within yourself. And being exposed and being hooked to this type of content on a day-to-day basis will rob you of that. It keeps you small, it keeps you distracted, it keeps you feeling weak, it keeps you just purposeless and completely lost, you see. Your way of life is suffering because of this, and you might not even know anything outside of this, you see, but let me tell you that it's absolutely amazing, and the empowerment you're gonna feel within yourself when you overcome this, when you desexualize your mind to the point where you no longer need shit from anyone. You see, this is an amazing state because everything you need, let me tell you here with absolute certainty that every single thing you need, every bit of fulfillment you think is out there is already within yourself. It's all within yourself. This is why I also preach semen retention on my channel so much, because when you hop on semen retention for a longer period of time, what you will start to see is that you will discover more and more gifts within yourself. You will start to see more and more that you don't need anything from anyone, anything from the outside world. Any validation, just any type of desire, it's all within yourself. And what semen retention will do as well is that it will automatically, over a longer period of time, this might take a few years, you see, of just being on this journey. Maybe you're going to relapse in between. You will automatically desexualize your mind. It's an automatic process almost. Obviously, you need to have an intention. You need to refocus to other things, right? But semen retention makes it so much easier. Now, obviously, when you're on semen retention and you're on a longer streak of semen retention, you've already proved yourself that you're able to overcome your lust. So it's obviously on both sides. When you're able to overcome your lust, you're able to be on semen retention a lot easier. But when you're also on semen retention, it becomes easier to overcome your lust. It's almost a question of, did the chicken come first or the egg? But you see that both work together in harmony. So that's why I preach semen retention on my channel so much. So the benefits of desexualizing your mind are just out of this world, you see? Because what it means to desexualize your mind is that you no longer need anything from anyone. You're in control of your lust, and over time you will see that the emotion of lust, like this true desire, this true lustful feeling, doesn't even come into your awareness anymore. But this is going to take some time, because lust is nothing else than a negative emotion. So the first benefit you're going to get from desexualizing your mind is that you are going to have so much more focus. I hear it so many times. Men make their homework or they work on something meaningful, but their mind constantly lingers to feeling lustful, constantly lingers to sex, you see. You're not able to get things done. You're not able to focus anymore because you've trained your minds so much that it constantly gravitates towards this lust. And the reason this is happening is because you have given this emotion your attention again and again and again over time. And as we know, whatever we focus on, we make stronger. So when we've been doing this for years, we have created a lot of momentum within our own minds for this lust to constantly pop up. So another huge benefit you will start to get from desexualizing your minds is more self-respect, more confidence. Hands down, you're going to feel more confident. And the reason you're going to feel so much more confident is because you don't need anything from anyone anymore at some point. You see, you don't care. You don't need shit. So when you talk to a woman, you don't just, your mind doesn't go crazy and just, I remember this feeling when I was young and I used to act on my lust. I had a sexualized mind. I saw a girl, she was remotely attractive, and all I could think about is I want to get her into bed as quickly as possible. And this is messed up, because you're not even able to create a strong relationship with everyone, and you actually repel women because you have this neediness within yourself that people can sense. And women can even sense it better because they have an emotional skill that we as men don't have. They have an emotional sense we do not have, you see, so they can sense it immediately. And also, when you're able to desexualize your mind, you're gonna have more self-control. You're going to have to overcome your emotions. And this is very powerful, because when you're able to desexualize your mind, you're able to overcome other negative emotions that hold you back, because desexualizing your mind takes awareness. You need to become aware whenever your mind is lingering to these sexual thoughts and images. What it's also gonna do, it's gonna improve your mental health. You're gonna actually have holy thoughts. You're actually gonna have good thoughts that empower you. Your mental health is going to increase. You're actually going to have healthy thoughts over time, you see. When your mind is filled with these sexual thoughts on a day-to-day basis, there is no room for empowerment. There is no room for clarity. There is no room for focus. There is no room for setting goals and going after it, because we only have so much energy. And when this whole mind is filled with sexual thoughts on a day-to-day basis, there's no room for anything else. And overall, you're just gonna feel so empowered, you see, because when you're able to overcome your lust, when you're able to overcome these sexual things on a day-to-day basis, you're able to overcome other negative emotions that are holding you back, you see. So guys, to truly overcome this, there are a few things you need to do. I'm actually gonna give you practical advice because I truly want you to overcome this, because hopefully by now you understand the power of desexualizing your mind. So the first practical tip and the first thing to just understand is that you want to not be exposed to any of this. The first thing you want to do is you want to minimize your exposure to any of those things. So a lot of social media a lot of times has a lot of sexual images, you see, but actually what you can do, and what I've realized for myself as well, when I go to social media, whenever I see something like that, I click not interested. And you have to do this for like 30 times, and after a while, whatever platform you're on, the platform will no longer recommend any of that to you. When you go on my Instagram, for an example, you just see like motivational quotes or something, right? nothing else. But if your whole Instagram account is full of sexual content, just delete the freaking account or just delete social media altogether. Next to that, you want to block the dirty website, because in order to break a habit, in order to truly undo something, what's truly important is that whenever you have an urge, you want to make the road to the reward, in this case the dirty websites, as difficult as possible. Because when you're in an urge, you don't see anything anymore. Your mind is going to manipulate you into doing it anyway, but when it becomes very difficult to access, you will over time see that the urge starts to go away. You can think clearly again and you're like, oh my god, shit, like this was just an urge. I'm so happy I didn't do that. So the second practical tip is going to be meditation. Before you're like, oh my god, meditation, come on man, what is this? Mindfulness, come on dude. Let me tell you why, okay? What's going to happen is that when you meditate, when you start to observe your thoughts, you start to create a lot more awareness within yourself. So now when you go through your day, you become aware that you have an urge or a sexual thought very quickly. And when you're able to be aware of your sexual thoughts that quickly, you're able to redirect your attention onto something else. Because guess what happens? Whatever we give energy to grows. So when you don't have that awareness, because you're not meditating, you're not really aware of anything, you continue to give this sexual thought energy because you think you are those thoughts, you know? It's just an automatic process you've been doing for years. So you just get the thought and you think, oh, here's the urge, or you don't even think that, you just think you're the urge. So you're not able to disidentify from the urge to redirect it into something else. That's why meditation is crucial, because it creates this gap between your thoughts and emotions and who you are. You are not that. You are the awareness that observes all those emotions and thoughts, and you have all the energy to shift your focus onto empowerment, onto strength, onto your vision. Now the third thing is, to redirect this focus, you need to have a Northern Star. You need to truly get clear for yourself who you want to be, who do you want to become, where do you want to be 1 year from now, and you want to make this very, very clear. And the most important thing about this is not the specific thing, but the feeling. How do you want to feel? How does your best version feel? All those things out there you think are gonna fulfill you, all of that is already within yourself. You see, all the emotions, everything is already within yourself. So can you imagine, can you actually feel what it's gonna be like to be the best version of yourself? Embody that feeling right now, and whenever you get distracted by a sexual thought, just redirect your attention to your best version. So that is the true power of desexualizing your mind. I truly hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please subscribe, like the video, and feel free to follow me on Instagram. It's all in the description link down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.